So the spiritual warfare attack subsided, but the pain really, really increased. And my malaria treatment's out. It finished I think yesterday, but the pain is still there. So the doctors are a little bit baffled because they had to call, like I said, the university too as well to see how to treat this. They've never treated malaria as well. So I found myself feeling just so hopeless because the past 11 days I've just been waking up in pain, going to sleep in pain, not really being able to sleep or rest at all. It's so painful. And so when they felt as if I'm hearing the doctors that there's nothing they can do, I have to ride it out. I was like, Lord, I'm not sure I can do this. So today I really became really hopeless and full of despair. A lot of thoughts came to my mind, even about going home, going to heaven, because I didn't think I could do this anymore. And I don't think I would mention, but when I was leaving Sunday to come to the hospital, I felt I heard the Lord say, 7 more days. I remember I rebuked it because I was like, I can't do this, Lord. There's no way. Pain. If you can't walk, you're shaking. You're so fatigued, and a migraine doesn't help. You can't open your eyes all the way. Pain in your back and your neck. It's so hard, and I had now greater compassion for those who are bedridden. So anyways, I finally talked to Mother Claire and Father and Mother Elizabeth, and really encouraged me. And Father said he saw the crown of thorns on my head, and the pain on my neck is a rope that tied around Jesus' neck during his passion. And it just hit me, and I was like, yes, what am I doing? I always say all for souls, right? It's easy said than done. And I found myself here just complaining the whole time, my suffering, murmuring, wanting to give up and ask Lord to take this cross or take me home. And it really hit me when they said that, and I said, you know what? I'm going to unite myself with Jesus and his passion and taping Thursday of all days, which would then end on Sunday, the 7th day. Because at this point, it's only the Lord who can deliver me. With curses especially. I was told in the curse when medication doesn't work, or the doctors can't figure out what's going on because of spiritual matter. You have to deal with it in the spirit. So we dealt with it in the spirit, but now it's up to the will of God. If he wants me to carry this cross, I think that's what he wants me to do. So, today I made a resolution. The Lord gave me the grace to unite myself with him on Thursday in his passion. So my neck pain was just ferocious. And back pain was so bad too as well, and so weak. So the reason I'm sharing this is because I want to encourage others when they're going through a situation, they can unite themselves with Jesus as well. As we begin to envision Jesus being tied up by the mob, tied around his neck and tied around his hands, really tight, just as in the Passion. So when I turned my neck, I could feel the pain. It was as if I was in Jesus. I could feel the pain that he was going through and enduring through for love of me and for souls. So as I began to hobble to go and see Caiaphas and Sanhedrin, I hobbled with him, with all the pain in my body, offering it up. And afterwards, when they spit on him and beat him, I can imagine his head was throbbing and bleeding, truly, in so much pain. So as my head was throbbing, I united myself, putting myself once again in Christ and his suffering body. Imagine that was my head that was being beaten with a club, and offering my pain, the throbbing pain, to him, uniting it with him. And then, what they don't know, or many don't know, is that there's 15 secret tortures of Jesus that he went through even before the Passion began. And all happened Thursday. So then I saw them pull Jesus out. And the Romans, they took him to a secluded area. It looked like almost a tornado shelter, because I'm kind of underground. So they opened it up, and they had some steep steps. And he was still tied. And when the Roman soldiers were already inside, they pulled him from his hands. That means he fell head first on the steps. And they banged his head one by one as he just reeled in pain. And of course, when he fell head first, I also scraped his back, deep gash, because immediately I felt such a sharp pain in my back. So I began to unite myself with Jesus. And that pain in my spine was that scratch, that deep scratch he took from me on the steps. And he dragged him by his hair, dragged him. He had to kick him in his leg and his groin, and his side and his stomach. He never once screamed. He would just reel in pain. Reel in pain. And so all the aches and pains I was feeling were turning my head, my neck, my body. I began to unite myself with Jesus and in Christ, uniting myself with the blows that he took from me. Then they pulled him up, and they had this compartment kind of like a step. They put him on there, and they had a hook on the ceiling, and they put a hook, the rope that he tied around his, still was around his neck, around his hand. They hooked it on the rope. So you can imagine excruciating pain of the tension on his neck, of the rope and the tension on his hands. At this time, they got this silver plate. It looked like aluminum foil. They put it under his feet, and they got the torches, and it did burn his feet. And I could see Jesus once again, never screaming. He jumped around with the pain, the fire, just reeling in pain, and never screaming, but jumping around as it burning him and burning his flesh, his feet. And I thought it was hilarious seeing him jump around as they made fun of him as he jumped, calling him all sorts of manner of things, monkey, everything you could think of in the book. And when they got done, I see Jesus collapse. He didn't collapse on the ground because the weight was on the rope that was hooked to the ceiling. But his body was just hanging like a lump, and blood was just coming from his nose. And the wickedness of the soldier. I saw one of the soldiers get his finger and wipe the Lord's blood and actually lick it to make a spectacle of the wickedness, almost as if, the idea that your enemy's blood is on your hands, not knowing that this was divine blood. And because of that, actually, he received salvation. He was immediately convicted of what they were doing and ended up walking out. And so that's where I've ended. It was only 2:43. I don't know what else the Lord will have me endure. But the more that I'll see, I'll share with you guys to encourage you once again to unite your sufferings with the Lord as I unite this sickness of malaria with Jesus and walk out his passion with him today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. God bless you guys.